Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at BitFenix ENSO MESH case, which definitely looks really interesting, not only because of the front mesh part, and the name actually says mesh, but also with loads of lighting effects just coming stock with the case. So today, as I said, we're going to talk about BitFenix ENSO MESH and all its possibilities. Let's go! Now, taking a look at the case as it is, as you can see from the front panel, it has meshed front part and basically very easy to remove the front panel just by removing the magnets and getting the front panel out. Basically easy way to clean it up, and you just take a brush, you just remove the dust, and that's all there is to it. Now, talking about the meshed part and the dust filters, you also have a magnetic top which actually covers the top 240, well, basically two 120 millimeter fans. And the cool thing, you can take the dust filter as well on the side. So all dust filters in this case are very easy accessible, and this is really cool because you don't have to flip your case around or anything. You just have ease of access directly to all the dust filters, which means easy cleaning. Now, taking into consideration that this case has an RGB integrated LEDs right here on the front, you can also control them here on top with the button, so you connect everything properly, and that's all there is to it. Now, to show you how the effects actually look, here we go. So imagine placing three 120 millimeter fans on front and getting the full RGB spectrum with the LED lights, LED strips on edges, making it really cool. And you don't have to go with RGB. If you connect it to your motherboard, you can adjust the RGB lights with the motherboard software, of course. Now, on the front, as you can see, I have three 120 millimeter fans, and behind it you have the radiator. So you can place a 360 radiator on front without any problems, and that is the only position of the radiator that you could place inside this case. When we're talking about the fans, you can place 3 120, you can place on top 2 120, and at the back also 1 120. So basically 6 120 millimeter fans fit inside this case without any issues. Now, since it's a quite, I would say, shorter case, if your AIO has long tubes like this EK AIO 360 has, you'll have a bit of an extra tubing going inside your case. If that's bugging you, then you might consider going either with a different AIO or with a different case, but I wouldn't say that would look anything hideous or something that will turn you off of this case. Now, really like the effects going crazy on the front panel, especially when they synchronize with the fans. And if you're into, for instance, white cases and then you go with a light blue or maybe even orange or any other color, it will definitely stand out. Now, on the top you have two 3.5 millimeter jacks. One is for your microphone, one is for your headset. You have two indication lights, you have the button for adjusting the RGB, you have the power on button or power off button, whatever, you have the reset button, and you have two USBs 3.0. So loads of stuff going on the top I/O port, and definitely interesting. Now, taking into consideration the interior of the case, it's completely white, and the only thing that you might consider it would be black would be tempered glass, right? all other manufacturers, when they create a white case, rarely anyone uses white rims around the tempered glass. BitFenix did something different. Apart from the black pads that you place your tempered glass on, it's completely see-through, so you don't have any black rims. And if you go with the black case, you have everything completely black. If you go with a white case, the only thing that will be in a different color are the rims, basically the pads that don't give you a direct touch with tempered glass to the chassis, to the steel part, which is cool and quite alright. As you can see, you have loads of space for your graphic card. This is the RTX 2070 Armor, which is quite long, not as the new RTX 3000 series, but it still leaves a lot of space. I think this is like 3 centimeters extra space for your graphic card. So the maximum graphic card support is 340 millimeters, but when we take into consideration the radiator placed inside, you have 33.5 centimeters. Now, taking that into consideration, I would even go with 33 just in case you have a differently designed graphic card, so that you can place it inside, because you still have this part sticking out and the radiator, so you need to push the graphic card inside somehow. Now, since we're talking about measures, the maximum CPU tower height is 160 millimeters, which is quite alright, and most of the CPU tower coolers go around 155, 160. Basically, some go above 165, and those big chunks go even above. Now, the cable management, since we're still in the measurement part, now the back side of the case has 23 millimeters of depth for your cable organization, so this is quite alright. I mean, almost 2.5 centimeters for your cables is more than enough for you to organize everything. And now, as you can see, I have my cable extenders, which are, you know, connected on the original power supply cables, and this means that you can organize everything at the back without any issues and still close the back side without having any problems. Also, at the back you have one small controller, which is basically connected to your front button that is used for adjusting the RGB lights if you don't have, for instance, any RGB headers on your motherboard. This way you connect it to your SATA power from your power supply, and that way you get the power for the RGB. Also, at the bottom you have two 3.5-inch hard drive brackets, and you have one 2.5-inch SSD bracket. Now, if you decide by any chance not to go with 360 radiator, you have additional two storage, you have two additional, let's say, brackets where you could place your two 2.5-inch SSDs, and they can be visible on the front side, or either you can place them on the back side of the case and reroute the cables as you wish. I would say a really nice compact case which can accommodate 360 radiator and still achieve nice temperatures, because with the 360 radiator and 10700K the temperatures actually never passed 66, and testing this in AIDA 64 Extreme Edition with everything turned on, CPU, FPU, cache memory, system memory, GPU, it was a quite nice temperature. The GPU didn't go above 67 or 69, it was circulating somewhere around, so I would say average of 68 temperatures. So all in all, really nice temperatures inside this case, just because, I would say, just because of the front mesh part, which looks really cool and, as you can see, really is impressive. But all in all, an outstanding case. You don't have to remove the hard drive cage to place a 360 radiator, and basically that's all there is to it. So guys, link for the BitFenix ENSO MESH is in the description below. You can check out the price, because I know it's very affordable when we're talking about this kind of performance and visuals. And don't forget to like the video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for future content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.